Hey, this is Sam from Shure. In this video tutorial, we'll start by introducing the Inclusion Groups feature, a feature in Wireless Workbench that allows you to customize the spectrum that certain frequencies occupy. This is going to be a multi-part video, and in this first part, I'm going to introduce the feature overall and give you a high-level description of how it works. In subsequent videos, we'll talk about specific applications and then some neat tricks that you can use this feature for to get the most out of your coordination. So if you're familiar with Wireless Workbench and its frequency coordination capabilities, you'll know that there are a lot of different tools that we have included as a part of the frequency coordination view to allow anybody from a basic RF coordinator to someone who is advanced and does high-tier events to customize the frequencies that they coordinate. And Inclusion Groups is probably one of the features that falls towards the top end of customizability. So in short, Inclusion Groups is a feature that lets you customize the spectrum that certain frequencies or certain channels occupy within their tunable range. So, for example, if you've got a system like I do, PSM 1000 in the G10 band, you might know that this system can tune from all the way down from 470 up to 542 megahertz. So this is that system's tunable bandwidth. But if for whatever reason I wanted to limit frequencies of PSM 1000 in the G10 band to a subset of those frequencies, let's say to the bottom half from 470 to 500 megahertz only, or if I wanted to exclude or actually only use certain TV stations, like if I wanted to stick my frequencies in TV 14, 15, and 16 only, Inclusion Groups is a feature that lets me do that. So I'll show you how this works. Right now I've got a PSM 1000 in the G10 band, just one frequency, but I've got that automatically calculate backups feature turned on, so that when I calculate frequencies, I'll find this frequency and then Workbench will find as many extra backups as it can to fill up the spectrum. And the reason I wanted to start here is because I want to show you how Workbench will fill the entire range all the way from 470 up to 542 roughly. Obviously, exactly where the frequencies fall are a bit random each time, but the point I wanted to illustrate here was there is no limitation of the tunable bandwidth of this band of PSM 1000 that the calculator is respecting. It's filling frequencies up from the bottom to the top of this particular band. And in many cases, this might be what you want if you want to maximize the frequency counts that you can get out of a particular system. But for a variety of reasons, which we'll cover in future videos, you may want to limit the bandwidth that frequencies of this particular type take up. And so let me show you how to do that. In the Spectrum tab of the Frequency Coordination view, we've got all of the different spectrum inputs that you can specify. And this bottom one here, labeled Inclusions, is where our Inclusions list and Inclusion Groups feature lives. Selecting this gear opens this Inclusions dialog, and User Groups is another feature we'll cover in a separate video, but this bottom feature, Inclusions List, is the feature that we'll use today. By checking this checkbox, we sort of turn the feature on or enable the calculator to use inclusion groups and lists. By selecting Manage, we open this configuration dialog. And all this dialog is built for is helping you specify ranges of frequencies that will be usable by certain types of systems. So I already created a sample one here, but let me walk you through what this is. Think of an inclusion list as a set of groups, and each group will correspond to a range in the spectrum that I want certain channels to fall into. So I've created a really simple example here. I've created one group and I've actually labeled it 470 to 500. That's a name that I assigned. I'll actually just rename it just to show you that this is freely nameable. You can call it whatever you want. I like to include the frequency range that I ultimately intend these frequencies to live within right in the name, because it's a helpful memory cue to remember what this constraint's going to be. And then when I select this group, inside it I can enter frequency ranges or individual frequencies just by pressing this plus button here. And each one of these rows allows me to specify either a range of frequencies or a single frequency. And each of the rows here, whatever frequencies are specified, will turn into what the legal range of frequencies are that systems that I ultimately assign this group to will be able to tune to. So I know that was a lot of words, but we'll show it in just a second here. So I, for this example, created one range that goes from 470 to 500. So what this means is any channels that I assign this group to will be able to tune to any frequency as long as it's between 470 and 500 inclusive. So this group is created here, and I'll press save. In fact, what I'll also do is I'll assign a color. I'll right click and say assign color, just so I can end up seeing this view later. I'm feeling kind of green today. So there we go. And now when I save, I can apply this. Now I'll actually need to move this group of frequencies into that inclusion group, because right now I added it when there was no inclusion group. But if I right click on this header and go down to move to inclusion group, there's my inclusion group. And now you'll see in this header here, it's listed its type of device, its band, and then the inclusion group is listed as well. And I can actually turn on the visualization of inclusion groups from this right sidebar, and that shows you the new tunable range in which these frequencies must be calculated. And if I press calculate again, what you'll see is frequencies only fall within that inclusion group. Now I'm getting less frequencies because the tunable bandwidth that I have allowed for these systems is smaller, but the point I want to illustrate is I wanted to limit my PSM frequencies to fall between 470 and 500, and inclusion groups is a feature that let me do that. And you'll see no matter how many times I calculate, all of the frequencies for this particular group of devices will fall within that range. So I'll end the tutorial video here, but I just wanted to make sure that we saw from beginning to end how without inclusion groups, frequencies will fill up their entire tunable bandwidth on a group-by-group basis. But if I use the inclusion groups feature, I can constrain the allowable frequencies for a certain device type by applying it in the frequency coordination view. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you've got questions about this feature or ideas about how you could use it, comments on different things you'd like to see with this feature, or requests for how we could improve it, please make sure to leave a comment down below. And if you like this type of video or these sorts of topics, give us a thumbs up to let us know we should make more. Thanks.